Good morning. Today's June 2nd, and I'm on day -6. I'm going to lift this up here real quick just so you guys can see that beautiful view I have out there. Yes, the presidential suite, reminding you of where I am at OHSU, the Kohler building, 14th floor, room 14. The chemotherapy went okay again last night, I guess, because here it's 9 o'clock in the morning and they give it to me every night about midnight, 1 in the morning. It goes for 3 hours. It's the Bolsafan. They give me all kinds of pills before it, different pills to stop me from having seizures, to line my bladder, just all these things to counteract whatever side effects may come up with the Bolsafan. So I'm doing good. I mean, it's 9 o'clock in the morning, so it's been 6 hours since I got off the run. I've had breakfast. I'm moving around pretty good still. I had a really bad issue with my left eye. If you look at it, you can probably still see some redness. It was very, very red when I first got here, and I couldn't see out of it that well. But some of the vision is being restored. I saw 3 ophthalmologists yesterday. Basically what it is, it's floaters. I got these floaters from like broken blood vessels in my eye. And I'm sure it had something to do with that ponatinib that I was on. Or some other cause. But I mean, I'm just going to say it was the ponatinib because I had a similar issue happen when I was an inpatient in March here. I had some floaters like on my second or third day in here. So it was one of the 3 chemo drugs I was taking that did it to me. The floaters went away in pretty quick time. They just kind of slowly move out to the peripheral and then they're gone. But these floaters I got now, I mean, they're like, your grandmother's floaters. They were the tough kind that always hung around forever and ever. And I'm finally getting to where this one's just I can get them move out of the center of my eye. Whereas before, all these floaters were just like in the center of my eye and it was totally blocking my vision out of my left eye. But now I'm starting to be able to see and pick up letters of some things whenever I don't have a floater in my eye. So that's it as far as me, day 2. It is going to start getting worse here eventually, but not yet. I had a nurse coming here today, my new nurse today, Alyssa. She's telling me that, come maybe day 4 or 5, I might want to have someone here with me just to keep me company. Well, I'm not going to put my beautiful wife or her brother Paul through any of this stuff. They can just come visit me once a week. I got nurses and CNAs to do that stuff for me. And Paul and Kathy will be doing that once I'm out of the hospital. Well, when I'm staying up in the Portland area for an additional 70 days after my 20. I gotta get that view again. Look at that beautiful view. Yes. This is the way the rich people live at OHSU. So I decided too that in addition to just giving you an update, I wanted to do a little UPS story. As some of you know, I was a UPS driver. My last day working for UPS was May 31st, and my first day in the hospital was May 31st. So I retired from UPS. I went straight to a bone marrow transplant. So I know I'm retiring incorrectly. I'm not doing it the right way. I'm supposed to be in a garden. I'm supposed to be traveling. I'm supposed to be going to Arizona. I'm supposed to be doing something like that. But I'm not. And this is what I'm doing. But as a UPS driver, before I came to the hospital on May 31st, I went to a pre-work meeting. And that the manager, Ben, was nice enough to put together. I wanted to say thank you to all my coworkers because they did a collection, and they give it to me as a birthday present, because coincidentally my birthday was May 24th, a week before my retirement date. So they used that as an excuse to fill out cards, and everyone signed the cards, happy birthday, and I got to see all the different people that signed the cards. And they went around, they got a collection of money, and I think some of that money was also used to buy gifts. And they got me some really cool stuff. I think I showed some of them to you the other day in the video. They also gave me a couple cool puzzle books I'm looking forward to doing. They gave me some cream to help your legs stay moist and not dry, because that's something that happens when you're getting leukemia treatment and you're in hospital for a extended period of time. But Ben brought up yesterday at the PCM about an incident where I was hit by a car And I continued working, and he tried to show that as being something of perseverance, whereas I was saying, well, actually, it seems like stupidity if you ask me. But I just wanted to expound upon that a little bit. So I had parked at a mobile home park, and in the mobile home park, the mile per hour is like 10 miles an hour, 8 miles an hour. They want you to go slow in these mobile home parks. There's kids running around, that kind of stuff. Plus, the streets are really narrow. And I had parked at this intersection, 4 stop signs at an intersection, and I was making a delivery to the house caddy corner from where I was parked. So I parked there, and the reason I parked there is because I was going to continue straight. I didn't want to make the left turn onto that. Anyway, so I parked caddy corner. I made the delivery to that house, and then I noticed one of my good buddy dogs at the house across the street from that. So I went over there, said hi to him, and gave him a cookie. So then that brought me back from a south direction back north, back to my truck along the one side of the road. Well, as I was approaching the intersection, I looked off to my left, to the west, and I noticed this lady who I knew by name and I knew by face. She was getting in her white Mercedes, and she was pulling out of her driveway, and she was turning around. She was getting ready to come down towards my direction. Well, I thought to myself, well, let me go ahead and just jog a little bit, because I thought the timing was going to be such that if I continued just my normal walking pace, that she would have to see me and she would stop at the stop sign and then, be inconvenienced by me walking across the way. So I thought, okay, well, let me just go ahead and jog. That way, by the time she gets there, she can just do a slow, a rolling stop like people in mobile home complexes do. So anyway, I'm doing this light little jog, and as I'm jogging, all of a sudden, in the bottom left corner of my eye, I noticed a bumper. Her white Mercedes bumper, silver Mercedes bumper. And I says to myself in a split second, oh my gosh, she didn't stop at all. And then in the next split second, I said, I better jump. So I jumped up. That way, instead of my legs getting hit squared on by her bumper, I kind of rose up over the bumper and went straight into her freaking window on the driver's side. And I left a big ass dent where my torso was in her windshield. And, it looked like, okay, this is where Bill's body goes. Boom, right there. And I kind of rolled over the top of the car, and believe it or not, I came standing up on my feet, almost like an action figure or something. And my belt was definitely wrong. And I had some immediate pain in my left ear. And I went back to my car. First thing I did is I went back to my car, and she was saying stuff like, oh, I didn't see you. And I believe her driver's window was rolled down. I went to my car and I pulled back one of my windows, and I looked, and I could see that I did have some blood in my left ear, but it was all exterior stuff from like when the glass cubed on her windshield. A couple of those little things may have nicked me. So that was no big deal. Everything else I felt fine. My arms, my legs, my back, everything felt fine. I went back to her and I pulled out my phone. I took a picture of the front of her car with the big dent in the windshield. And I told her, I says, look, I'm not paying for this. I'm not paying for this at all. You didn't stop. And I didn't even bother taking information because, like I said, I knew her information anyway. But so I finished off my last 15 or 20 stops. I called it in, told them I was hit by a car, and finished off my last 15, 20 stops. And not out of stupidity or anything, just out of the fact that I was still feeling pretty good. Now, I could have played the game, and I could have oh, my neck, my back, and I could have sued her for thousands and thousands of dollars and all that stuff. But, I don't know. I guess that's just not me. Anyway, I see I'm running a little long here, so I'm going to cut it short, but I thought I would just share that little story because Ben brought it up at the PCM a couple of days ago, and I just want to expound upon that a little bit more. On a side note, she ended up moving out of that area within a month and a half. I guess she thought, the writing was on the wall, and it was just a matter of time before the lawyers caught up with her, but I never did initiate anything on that. So anyway, thanks for listening to the update. Everything's going pretty good so far, and ta-ta for now. Look at that view one more time. Oh my God.